Welcome everybody to the Realberg Experience, podcast for creative individuals from all walks of life. We talking to rap stars, politicians, photographers, you name it. Maintain and entertain, I bet the show gon' get famous. So go and take a seat and let the people get to meet the innovative individual that you will be. Let's go. Welcome everybody to the Realberg Experience, the podcast for creative individuals from all walks of life. I'm your host, DP. And today we welcome a special guest. He is known all the way from Guantanamo Bay to Key West, Florida, all the way through South Florida for kicking ass and taking names. This is an MMA Jiu-Jitsu specialist, my good friend, Rashad Harper. Welcome, Rashad. How you doing today, Rashad?
I'm doing all right, Damali. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. So, for the people that don't know you, what have you been up to? Because everybody pretty much in Key West knows who you are. You're one of two twins, and you do a lot of boxing and MMA things throughout town. So for the people that don't know what you've been up to in the last, let's say, year or so, just fill them in.
All right. Well, first and foremost, Damali, I gotta say thank you for having me. It's a big honor to be on the show. I've been seeing how you've been blowing this up within, I think, the past several months, and man, just for you calling me here, it's a huge honor. So thank you, first and foremost.
Definitely my pleasure.
Last time we spoke, I was going to Thailand. I've been back for about a year and a half now, and I've been really sharing my craft. I got so much experience. I got so much life experience when I was away. So now I'm sharing my craft. I'm sharing it with the whole city. I'm sharing it with whoever needs that outlet or needs that source to come and try something new. I've been more into community things now. I was doing the whole RH fitness thing. I was doing the whole exercise thing, which I still do, but now I've been getting a lot more in depth with community help and community activism.
When you say community help and community activism, what are some of the things that you do or want to do? Okay, all right. I'm glad you asked. So one thing I started when I was down here is I started a boxing and Bible study group. Two things that are big with me is martial arts. As you know, I travel, I train, I compete, and that's been a huge thing with me. It's been my driving force, my driving factor, and just a great outlet all my life. And I am huge into reading my Bible, and it might sound a little cliche, but it gives me a good spirit, good pride, and so I share that, and the way I share it is we do like an hour of boxing, and then we do a 15-minute Bible study. Nothing too overwhelming, just a little thing. So I've been doing that, and that's been going well. But to be honest with you, I'm looking for more of a setting, more of a professional setting where it could be done, because we've been doing it in parks, we've been doing it in around our homes, things like that. But now we're just looking to level it up a little bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when you say level it up, what do you mean?
Okay. For example, I'm starting a nonprofit. I'm starting a nonprofit organization. It's called Humble Hands Boxing, Kickboxing, and Martial Arts. And what we do basically is we are trying to give people an outlet than what they're doing now. Martial arts has been a big thing for me. It still is a big thing for me. It's a thing that I could do. I could go in the day. I could relieve some stress. I can defend myself, and I could give my all, and then I could go about my day. So I'm trying to add that same outlet here to not only adults here in Key West, not only men, not only teach women self-defense, but the kids too. I want to give the kids a good after-school program to come to get a good influence, to get a good workout, and to get a good base education on just how important it is to have a good outlet, to be involved, to really have a place where you could express yourself. Because man,
it's become crazy times out there, as you know. It's become crazy,
definitely.
you know. It's been a real crazy thing, not only morally, but just physically. It's just been the world's going crazy right now.
So, all right. So I had your brother on, you know,
Yeah.
and he pretty much said the way you guys got into, you know, you got so into fitness was, you know, you were going down that wrong path.
Yeah.
And you had the Power Gym as, you know, somewhere to kind of resort to.
Yeah.
And you kind of fell into fitness. But his path went a little bit different than yours.
Yes.
He went into more of like the workout regimen. You know, not to say that he's not into jiu-jitsu as well
Yes.
and whatnot.
Yes.
But you went more heavy into the jiu-jitsu route. How did that come about?
Well, you know, it's since day one, you know, since the beginning of like me and Dante's existence, Dante has always been the person that could see something and then profit off of it. You know,
Yeah.
Dante's about business, you know, let's be real about it. Dante's about his paper, you know. You can't
Smart
tell.
guy,
Yeah, he's about his paper, you know.
definitely.
He's about his paper, and I love that about him, you know. Me, I'm a creative. I see something that others can't see. You know, I see nothing. I see nothing and I make something, and I do it very well on lots of levels and on lots of outlets. So, you know, so naturally, like me and Dante, like I had a huge reason to get into the fitness field, you know, because I needed to make money. You know, I needed to make money. I was a young man coming into the world, you know.
In great shape.
In great shape,
Yeah,
yeah. Well, you know what, Damali, it didn't start
I
out like
remember
that.
when you was in great shape.
yeah.
I remember it, little fat boy.
yeah. I'm big bones.
I'm fat
Big
boy.
bones.
I don't make you no bad guy. I don't make you no bad guy.
You're right. But yeah, so you know, and that's another thing that martial arts did for me. It gave me a drive, you know. But to be honest, Damali. So, anyways, like I said, Dante was Dante was great with business. You know, he was great at being an entrepreneur, and I was great at being a creative. You know, like I said, and even with my clients, everything that comes to me, I see something greater in. You know what I mean? But it has to. Not everything, you know, because I see bad traits, I see good traits, but those little good traits, you know, those little little things of consistency, you know, you can just see something and make another thing. With that being said, Damali, I actually have a poem, you know, I like to recite, and you know, do you mind if I recite it?
Oh, go do your thing.
Thank you. So this poem, you know, I created this poem, and just in light of everything that I've discovered on my travels, on my trips, on my training, like, you know, just how the world has dealt with me and I have dealt with the world. And so, you know, this is just another outlet, another way that I like to express myself, you know, being a creative.
You write poems a lot.
I do. Not only me, Dante does too, you know. Yeah. So we write poems a lot. You know, Dante had his book, Boogers Are Not Protein, that came out. We got another book that's coming out, you know. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you, Damali. So anyways, thank you. So this book is called Awakening a Sleeping Giant. And it goes like, this poem is called Awakening a Sleeping Giant. And it goes like this. To the man who saved my dying soul, I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. To the girl who captured this young man's heart, thank you for that feeling, and I'm sorry we grew apart. To the spirits I discerned, bridges I have burned, and lessons that had to be learned, thank you. Thank you. See, for without you, there is no me, and without me, there is no guarantee, because my flavor is favored. Boy, be humble. Snap. Can I cuss, Molly? Can I cuss on this?
Yeah.
All right. Nah, fuck that. Young man, be bold. Tell that story like it's never been told. Who are you? I am a lion, separated from its pride. Tested and tried. I am a fighter. I am a fighter. A man who believes it's harder to live and much easier to die. Snap. Congratulate me on that. I have arrived. Snap. Check my pulse because I am alive. Snap.
tricked and deceived. Once closed, but finally I have opened my eyes. I am awake. Snap, 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 snap. The sleeping giant has finally awakened. Yeah, man. Yeah. So that's it. And man, what that's about, Damali, what that's about, man, that is
Awakening the Sleeping Giant.
awakening the sleeping giant. You know.
So what is it about? Like what inspired that? It's like is it all the racial tension that's going on right now?
To be honest with you, Damali, like that has a lot to do with it, and that has a lot to do with it. But that's an old story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's an old story.
You're right about that.
You know what I mean? To keep dwelling on something that happened 1822 or 1498. You know, like. You know, that's an old story, you know? Like, I'm talking about the new story, the new narrative. And the new narrative is that, hey, young man, you worth something, you know? But you don't know because, man, ain't no one ever told you. How can you know who you are if no one's ever told you who you are, you know? Man, Damali, I mean, I don't got to tell you as a man of color, you know, that coming up, you know, we're not really supposed to be here. You know, I'm not supposed to be talking to you like this right now. We're supposed to be talking to each other with a glass in between us, or with a coffin, or you know, from a teleline or something like that. But you know, that hasn't been our story. That hasn't been our narrative. You know,
Definitely.
And there's a lot of young men coming up behind us, and there's a lot of men in front of us that are lost in that way. You know, and I think it's time this generation. That ceased to exist.
Yeah.
You know? As a teenager, if I didn't have a place to go, like coming off base, you know, MWR Boys and Girls Club, you know, that was a huge thing for me and my brother growing up because single parent home, you know, mom's at work, we got to do something to go somewhere. So MWR Boys and Girls Club to whichever, but you know, the kids need an outlet, you know, they or the PAL gym, the old PAL gym, you know, if I didn't have that place to go to for 2-3 hours after school, I would have been downtown, I would have been, you know, I would have just been, you know, you know it, bro. Yeah. Look what they doing over there. What they doing, bro?
Oh, man.
Yeah, man, how you get those good shoes, man? But yeah, man, that's what it is. Like, you know, like we need an outlet. But we got to learn on the fly, right?
Definitely.
Because ain't no one here. No one's here to teach us on this level.
No.
So we got to learn everything on the fly. Man, look, I was talking to somebody the other day, right? Or as a matter of fact, I seen something the other day. Maybe it was something on Instagram. And it was just saying, man, like, whatever we are doing, because, man, this is amazing. This is beautiful. This is two people dialoguing about real things, you know? And I've been watching your podcast, you know? And, man, it's beautiful, the fast progression. Bruh, I seen it. Like first you just put it out. Hey, subscribe to my new the Realberg, and then it had 244 likes within like less than 24 hours. You know, but I'm still working on the 38 likes on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You know? But but I'm just saying the progression is so impressive, man.
The thing is, like, man, like with this YouTube, like I learned already, like you can't even pay attention to the likes and the followers. And like you have to like tell people, you know what I mean? Like if you guys are watching right now, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, you know, like that's why we do this, you know, we don't get paid for any of this or anything like that. So if you like and subscribe to the channel, it'll mean the world to me.
Hey.
But you know, like that's the sort of things that we got to do, you know what I mean? Like I got to 244 by like really like, you know, using my other platforms, like, and pretty much, you know, asking everybody, you know, I threw my pride to the side and just, you know, if you could, you know, just, you know, it don't hurt, you know what I mean? And, you know, look, you know, and like 244 is not even a big number, you know what I mean? Like, I want to get to at least 1,000, you know, and then
for sure.
Once I get to 1,000, then I want to keep on growing outside of that. But, like in the beginning, I feel like, man, I want to make 100 videos before I even start looking at the numbers. And if it's like the numbers haven't climbed by then I'll like maybe shut it down and kind of revamp it and then bring it back as something else, you know, and see if I can like grow the channel even more. I wouldn't get rid of the channel because it's gonna take so much time to grow it to where it's at. But
and see, that's what I'm saying, Damoni, like. That, and I see it, like, that's where the world is headed. But there's no one here to like, you know, there's no one here to instruct anything, you know. There's no one here, you know, like, someone's going to need to hear that. Like when you're done doing this, someone's gonna need
Yeah.
to hear that, and someone's gonna need to learn self-defense, and
Yeah.
but as far as us and growing up, we had to learn all these things on the fly, which is okay, because we have to learn to be okay with where we're at, because where we're at, it's between us and God wherever we're at, saying it's between us and God, like
Definitely.
wherever we're at, we can't beat ourselves up for that. We have to really, embrace that, because we could be in a worse position. We could be in a
Definitely.
worse predicament. My apologies.
And long as you know you're here, long as you have life, you have the opportunity to do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not over with for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you might be in a place today, but that don't mean that's what it got to be tomorrow.
That's
You
right.
know what I mean? Like,
That's right.
you just have to feel like you say, you got to feel like good about yourself, that you can do these things, that you can be more than whatever it is
Yeah.
that the world has told you that you can be.
That's right.
Oh, you can only be this. No, you can be a mogul in business.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, who
Yeah.
knows where this life is gonna end, man.
Yeah, I personally think right now, with I don't know about this, like this younger generation. I'm a millennial. What are you? I'm a millennial.
I might be a baby boomer.
You might be a
something
baby
like
boomer?
that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
probably
I don't
around
know
the
the
cusp, huh?
difference.
Yeah,
I
maybe
don't even
generation.
know 'em.
I think no, not a baby boomer. Maybe Generation X, huh?
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe Generation X. Yeah.
I'm an 80 baby. That's what I am.
Yeah. Okay, so you
I'm
might
an
be a
80
millennial.
baby.
You might be a
Yeah.
millennial too. So, but anyways, like, man, there is like, and it's not just a color thing. Like, man, with this whole generation, yeah, I think you might be a Generation X, because I know millennials, man. There's a big healing process that needs to go on, man. Like, in all walks of life, because everybody is not only depressed, they're trying to find happy. If they're not depressed, they're trying to find happiness, And they're looking in so much different sources. They're looking at rocks. And I don't want to demean or disrespect anybody's outlet or disrespect anybody's culture or anything like that, But everyone's looking in all these different directions for some sort of inner peace, or like just some, like just a feeling, everyone's searching for a feeling, and there's a big healing process that needs to go on in all walks of life, with women, with men, with black men, with men, just, I feel like there's a big healing process that
What do you mean healing process? Like from depression?
yeah, man, not only depression, like before all this COVID stuff happened, like, yeah, man, from all that, man, from the one in need of things, man, from the one, like, from the one in need of things, like there's so much things out there that are defining us, like our Instagrams or our cars or our where we stay, everyone's trying to be defined by what they have, but when that goes, then who are you? And I mean, there's more of a healing process, because as a young black man, my healing was believing that I was something more than what the world was telling me that I was, and it took a long time for me to realize that and to even speak on it, because it was hard to believe, because that's not what was going on in the world around me, So I just feel like, for the young ones, they don't need to heal, because they're ripe and ready to go, but the world's gonna keep throwing things at them and their way. But as far as like people that's already been through it, maybe the 25 the 30-year-olds, the 30, the older it gets, the harder it gets to heal, and like there's just a healing process that needs to go on, a belief in oneself, because after we heal, then we can start believing in what we got to do. But then we got to do, we got to get that belly off of us, we got to, but first you got to believe you can,
Oh, man.
First you got first, especially the young black man, I'm sorry to say, but especially the young black man, he has to first believe that he's something that he wasn't told he was, and then he has to act on it, he has to act on it, because that's, in past generations, At least I haven't seen a lot of action because
Yeah.
I still see here in my own community that everyone of my own minority, and I can't even see them anymore, but everyone in minority, they're in the middle of all the city and project housing, city housing, government housing, but then everyone else around them there's nice houses around them, but and it's the same way, man. So there's a big healing process that needs to go on, and I would just say, please hurry up and heal because there's still that person that needs to be healed right after you heal.
You mean black people, or you mean?
Okay. Well, no. Because yeah, for sure. Like I do mean black people, but I don't only mean black people because I've interacted with all walks of life, and there's a lot of people, man, that there's a lot of people that want to believe in what they're doing but can't believe in what they're doing because they don't believe in themselves, man. They got this thing in their head. They got this thing in their heads telling them that they're not good enough, or they got this idea of what good looks like. Man, I traveled in my travels to Bangkok, right? Even overseas, like I would go be on the train station, and there would be this every day there would be this BTS guard, the Bangkok train system. There would be this guard, right? And he would be in his uniform, right? He would be in his uniform. But even though he was in his uniform, he would be playing his guitar, or he'd be practicing his riffs, in his uniform, And I'm sure he's going somewhere, or he has a belief that he could. I don't know, because he's in his uniform, but he's doing what he's not where he loves, but he's doing what he loves, And I see that all over. Like I see that all over the world. I see that all over my community. People that are, they want to do something, but they don't believe they can, because they haven't healed. Their minds haven't changed to believe that they can, So they're staying in this lane that's just not a progressive way, And I hope I'm making sense of it, because I hope I'm making sense of it in the least. Yeah, maybe I'm not.
It's all good, man. Yeah. We're going to switch off of that topic anyway and roll back over to Thailand, Bangkok, and whatnot, your travels and whatnot.
Okay.
So, last time I had you here, I asked you a few questions. That probably was one of my first times interviewing somebody.
Yeah.
But, you went off and you did some traveling, and, I want to hear about how your trip was, man.
Okay, all right.
And I want to hear about how you left too, because I know when you left, it was a little bit of controversy surrounding that issue right there.
Yeah.
You had to get up out of there pretty fast, huh?
I did. I had to ride out, I had to ride out, Man, my world was, man, I hit rock bottom, man. I had everything in the world, Damali. I had 2 cars. I had cameras. I had all the outlets to try new things. I had all the money. I took a fight, came back, started a website, but I was still empty inside, man.
All right, so how did you get there? All right, so okay, you left here, you went there. You didn't have you had a place to stay. You stayed at the fight camp for a few weeks, right?
I did. I stayed at Family Bungalow. Shouts out Family Bungalow. Yeah.
How was that?
Hey, man, it was awesome. It was great, man. But to be honest with you, it was just like, it was a very big tourist destination in Phuket. So it was the same as here,
Yeah.
I was in Phuket. I was fighting. I was living on the soy. I was training at high levels for about 2 to 4 months, but after month number 2, I realized, man, that I need to go. I need to it's time to get out of here because I'm doing the same things as I was when I was here, So I had to go.
And where did you go?
I went to Bangkok, Thailand. I jumped on a bus, Damali. I jumped on a bus and went to Phuket, Thailand. But before I even went to Phuket, I made quite a name on the soy with the locals.
What is the soy?
Okay, a soy is a road. The soy is a road. Same thing. We call it a road here. Over there, they call it a soy. But it's crazy because they got loads of dogs on the soy too. So they call the dogs soy dogs, right? And man, it's just a crazy life experience. But anyways, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's all good. So you headed over to Bangkok, and what was that like? You know?
Okay, so Bangkok. As soon as I got there, the first day I got there, I was like, man, I better figure this out fast. Man, it was a big city. It was filthy. It was dirty. it stunk. Like I was just like, and no one spoke English, so I was like deep in it. I was deep in the culture of Thailand, you know. I was deep in the culture of Thailand, but you know, my first day, I think even my taxi driver got me. I got off the bus, right? I got off the bus. All these taxi drivers, because I was a foreigner, so all these taxi drivers are surrounding me, you know. The police come up to me because there's a lot of extortion around there too, you know. So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the police came up to me and he's like, and so he was like, hey, where you from? Let me see your passport. Come with me this way. And I walked with him and the taxi driver, you know. They told me it's going to cost me 1,800 Thai baht to get to my hotel, which is like, that's probably like $50. And, you know, it probably only cost me 400 baht, which is like $4, you know. So, you know, they got their little piece, but I was like, hey, look, I had my hands crossed. I was like, man, I can't trust nobody while I'm here. And that was my first day, you know. It was a rough one. It was a rough couple days, you know. I was almost living on the streets at first, you know.
So you had a hotel room?
Yeah, I rented a Airbnb for the first day. Then the next 2 nights, it was crazy, Jamali. Like I stayed at a Chinese hostel, and my money was running out, my resources were running out. And I was looking for my hostel, and I meet some American guy. He was a basketball coach and an old freight line captain. So like he was American, and he sees me with these bags, like running the street, like just, you know, sweaty on the back of the soil. And he's like, hey man, what are you doing? Like, where are you going? You from America? I was like, yeah. And so, you know, it ended up me and him worked some things out. He ended up owning three condos on the other side of Bangkok. So, you know, I ended up running a Airbnb service for him, you know, using some American entrepreneurial skills, you know, and
Awesome.
just a little bit of charm. Ended up renting out one apartment and then selling the other one. So I basically lived rent-free while I was over there, you know.
Yeah.
I rented out Airbnbs and until I found out I couldn't, and, you know, I was getting by.
How'd you find out that you couldn't?
Oh, man, I found out fast, so Thai law, like they're very strict, and my first time renting it out, they were it was okay, you know, but then she started seeing some traffic. The lady that would stay downstairs, she started seeing some traffic, and she was just like, hey, you can't do that. You can only rent out month to month, but you can't rent out like every other day and stuff like that. And she's like, it's illegal. And I was like, you know, I don't play that locked up abroad stuff. I've seen way too many shows. I've seen just how it goes, you know. So I was like, nah, it's time to shut it down. But in shutting down that process, I ended up meeting one of my best friends there. She wrote me a big note in like Thai to the front office lady saying I didn't know what was going on, blah, blah, blah. You know, and so, yeah, man, one door closed, then another one opened. I ended up meeting one of my best friends there. Her name is G. She's like, she's one of my best friends I could ever meet.
Was that girl that you posted? You shared a picture of her fighting the other day?
No, that was my girl May. Shouts out to May. May just won her fight, and that's another man. I made so much close friends on my travels. That was May. She's the nicest girl.
You meet her in Bangkok as well?
Yeah, she was on my fight team. She was on my fight team. We would spar together. She is, man. It was a boy versus girl contest, and she put it to sleep. Yeah. My girl May. Yeah, May. Chuck D, May. Yeah.
Man.
Hell yeah.
So, what led up to you having to leave the country?
Oh, man. You know, I was having too much of a good time. You know, what I was doing is I was renewing my visa. I was renewing my visa as a tourist, you know. I was renewing my visa as a tourist. And, like, I did that for 15 months straight. And, yeah. You only get 1 month. Like, no, 2 months at the max. Like, you could go 1 month. And then, so every other month I would go to new places. I went to Vietnam. I went to Laos. I went to Cambodia. I went to...
How was Cambodia?
Oh, man, Cambodia was beautiful and it was empty. Like, it was so beautiful, but it was empty. I ended up getting a hotel, like, on the other side, away from the market. I had this big resort to myself. I met some great people there. Great people there, you know? We hung out. Just for the day, though. I was only gone for the day, and then I was right back in Thailand. Yeah.
So, all right, back to like how you ended up
on Bangkok,
getting out of there.
Yeah.
So you had to get out of there from. Oh, you renewed your visa, And did you get in trouble?
I did. So here's what happened. Like, so I had to renew my visa, right? And once you like, I went to Vietnam that day, and then I came back the next day, and they looked at my passport, right? And they were just like, "Hey, what are you doing here? You know, what you doing here?" And I was like, you know, I'm fighting, I'm traveling, I'm just, you know, enjoying life, you know. And they took my visa aside, and they're like, "Hey, Rashad," I mean, they're like, "Hey, you know, it looks like you're living here because, you know, you've like been in and out so frequently, you know." And I was like, "Nah."
Yeah.
but you know, that's not how it was, you know. And so they kicked me. They actually sent me back to Vietnam for that day. And I could have went right back, you know. My landlord was actually like really good with like his business partner like was into like
Politics
customs
and
and
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
customs and stuff like that. So he could have helped me out easily. But you know, like I was just like, man, maybe this is a sign. And Damali, I'm telling you, and foreshadowing for later, but it was a huge sign that I needed to come home.
Yeah.
But like yeah, like so like I was like, okay, I'm gonna stay the week in Vietnam and just kind of figure out what I want to do because my coach he found me a job in Malaysia like teaching their fight team, and also I could have just went back home into Bangkok, but I was like, man, maybe it's time, you know. So I bought a plane ticket, you know, and I came back home, which was crazy because I didn't plan on coming home until like 7-8 months like prior to. But if it would have been that time, I would have been stuck there due to COVID, you know, without no work, you know, and I'd have been stuck over there, you know. So everything worked out.
While you were over there, you fought, right?
I did fight.
How many times did you fight over there?
I fought 5 times. I won 4 by knockout, and I lost 1.
You lost 1.
I lost
How did you
1.
lose the 1?
Oh man, it was by decision. But honestly,
yeah,
but man, I mean, he was a bigger guy. You know, he was a bigger guy. We fought that weight at about 185, man, and I'm never 185. Yeah,
185.
185, and I'm never 185. He was like 185, like 6'2", you know. But you know, and
he had to be a good fighter, man. Because I mean. I saw you kill one guy with leg kicks.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'll be honest with you, Damali. He was there more mentally and physically than I was.
Yeah.
You know, that was we were literally in this back alley in this place called Lion's Head Boxing Gym. Shout out Coach J.R. Lion. But we were in this back alley, you know, because he gave me a lot of fights. This guy J.R. He gave me a lot of fights when I was there. So you know, he was a good guy as far as like. It's not easy for a guy my size to find fights in Thailand. They want smaller guys and they want like foreigners, mostly Thai guys or like foreigners. So
small, fiery, crazy.
Well, just you know, just small. You know, there's not a lot of guys. I was a giant over there.
Yeah,
I was a giant over there. Yeah, I'll be on the BTS. I'll be on the train. I'll be here. Everyone will be right here.
Yeah,
you know? Yeah, you'd be even bigger.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but anyways, so yeah, this guy he beat me by decision.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, he was ready. He was more mentally there than I was.
What did you learn from that fight?
Oh man, I learned that what did I learn, man? Never to fight at 185 again. I learned, I gotta stay at 170 or lower. Never go above 180.
185. It's super strong.
I was, man, but I was a slugger, you know. I was a slugger. I was coming in. I wasn't moving fast, you know. So yeah, and that was my first Muay Thai match too. That was my first Muay Thai match. So
Muay Thai. What's the difference between Muay Thai and the rest of it?
Okay, so Muay Thai is more of a, you know, it's a knee. You could use your knees, you could use your elbows, you could use your hand. I mean, anything. You know, you could use all 8 limbs. MMA, you could use everything, but you could like take down as well. Kickboxing, like if we're talking K1 kickboxing, that's just you could use everything, but as far as like kneeing, you can only hit one knee and then you got to break off, and then the breath breaks you off and you go again. And yeah, in boxing, you know, just hands. So
like, who are some of your inspirations? I already know. Anderson Silva has to be. Yeah, it has to be the Spider, definitely. Like, who are some of your other some of the other people that you like first started watching when you got into MMA?
You know what? When I first got into MMA, I was really young. You know, I was 20 years old. You know, but I have to say my 2 biggest inspirations are Anderson Silva and George St. Pierre. You know, I can't say that there's too many other people now, you know. But those two, Anderson Silva and George St. Pierre, no, you know what? There was somebody else that opened my eyes to martial arts and combat sports, and that was Kimbo Slice. Kimbo Slice did it for me. Kimbo Slice, like those guys, you know, more those two as far as like Kimbo Slice and Anderson Silva. When I seen what they can do, you know, when I seen what a skinny guy could do to somebody, I was like, man, like that opened my eyes, you know. And then not only that, but he put on great performances like against Chael Sonnen and in his last like I remember, I won't forget that day, you know.
I feel like he I feel like, I don't know. I'm a like conspiracy theorist kind of guy.
What you think?
I feel like he threw the fight with Weidman the first
so?
time.
Yeah.
It just didn't look real, man. That knockout for me, it didn't look real. It was
yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, it looked like a fake knockout.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, okay, he must have took a check. You feel me? And then he came back to fight him the second time, and I feel like karma came around. Cause man, the way that leg broke, man, I shed a tear, boy. I was like, ooh,
right?
Woo.
Yeah.
It shattered, bro. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
I was like, God don't like ugly, man. You threw that first fight, man, and you know, it just didn't. You know, I could be wrong, you know, but you know, I just felt like, you know, that's what happened. It's like, man, now you see Weidman, man, I seen him getting cleaned up now,
Weidman's
boy.
not doing anything. But to be honest with you,
Up. He had Romero, Romero hit him one time, boy. Jesus, man. Oh.
Let me tell you, Damali, like I see now, like, you know, because I looked up to these guys. I looked up to these men, you know, when I was a young man growing up, you know. I was still a boy, you know. So this was something I idolized as a boy, you know. But growing up now, like looking at it now from all standpoints as a man, like I kind of look at it like looking at your hood heroes, you know, like you got those guys in the hood that you look up to, and you just like, damn, man, that's it, you know, that guy got all the girls, got all the money, you know, he got the glory, you know. But as you turn into a man, you just like you see where they're at and where they're staying. And then you're like, damn, man, I passed that level already, you know, or like listening to a rapper that you listen to at one certain time, but their message isn't connecting on this certain time, you know. Well, that's what it is for MMA with me now, you know. Like these guys at the highest level just aren't the guys to look up to, man. They aren't the guys to look up to, you know. Like these are not. Like they're not champions, man. They're not champions. What they do, how they walk.
I feel like you're talking about John Jones.
Oh man, not just John Jones, but I feel for John Jones. You know, I feel for John Jones because John Jones. It's a shame to have everything in the world and not and have nothing at the same time. You know.
I mean, like for me, like I mean, like I like those guys for the sport. You know what I mean? Like I don't look up to them or anything like that. I know John Jones has his mishaps outside the ring and whatnot, you know what I mean? But, you know, inside the ring, he's a beast, and nobody can take that away from him. And, you know, like, I don't, you know, like, you know, at the end of the day, everybody's human, and we all gonna do dumb, we all got, you know, the picture you posted on Facebook, thugged out and stuff back in the day. We've all done, like, crazy, you know what I mean? Like, foolish things, but, you know, everybody, like nowadays I see everybody judging everybody. I'm like, I ain't got time worrying about. Long as, you know, my life is good, you know, that's what I care about. Like focusing on the family, you know, focusing on the kids, making sure, like, you know, the world is a better place with me in it. You know, that I add to the world and not take from it. You know what I mean? Be a resource, not an asset.
Yes, for sure. I guess in a sense, because when I say, like, you know, like, guys to look up to in this, because, you know, John Jones wasn't my first. Like, I've seen John Jones do some stuff on camera that if he had, like, the right person in his corner, they'd be like, hey, maybe that's not such a good idea for you to be doing, you know. But I was thinking more of, like, man, just, you know, these regular guys that are climbing to the top and are just getting swindled and bamboozled, you know. Like, you know, like, man, because, like, man, literally, man, any MMA fighter, they're putting their life on the line, man. If you're not good and someone else is really good, like, you know, then, man, you're putting your life on the line, man. You get a head kick to the wrong spot, you know.
Gotta hope the fight end quick.
Yeah, man, but now these guys, like, now these guys, man,
Just
like,
give up the back.
yeah, but just give up the back. But nah, man, these guys are too prideful for that, man. The martial artists is too prideful for that. But what I'm saying is like, you know, there's no allies, you know, because it's not only like just a competition, it's my lifestyle, it's my trade, it's my craft. So I look at that and I see these guys at a high skill level, and that their movements like sell tickets, but you know what I mean. But their movements outside of the rings are like just horrible, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like Conor McGregor punching this guy in the face, you know what I mean? I just think, you know, once you have a platform, you know, you're responsible for what you put out there, you know? And I mean, yeah, that's cool. If you're going to put that out there, you know? But man, you know, as a martial artist, I don't even want to call myself a mixed martial artist, because that's just a sport, and it is a sport, and I get it. But a martial artist is a lifestyle, you know? It's a way of life, you know? And
so now you're not a martial artist, you're a what? Community activist.
Oh yeah, I'm all that, bro. I'm all that and more, you know. I'm all that and more. I'm a poet. I'm a community activist. I'm a mixed martial artist. I'm a teacher. I'm a brother. I'm an uncle. You know, I'm
a lover. What about the girls? You have any girlfriend, wife
Ooh,
on the way?
We going there.
Baby mamas, unsuspected baby mamas getting ready to pop out. It's
yours. No, I got a girlfriend though. I do have a girlfriend.
You got a girlfriend.
I do.
That's
have
awesome.
a girlfriend.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You wanna
shout her out?
Yeah, you want to keep her in the shadows, man.
For sure. You know, we're having a great time. Her name's Courtney. You know, she's a local business owner down here in Key West as well. You know, so.
And how did you guys meet?
Man, she came to one of my classes. You know, like an early morning class I had one time when I was just getting back. You know, she came to one. You know, she really stuck with the program. You know, we kind of hit it off, and you know, we've been you know, kicking it for a little bit, you know, maybe like the last, like since this COVID stuff happened.
Yeah.
It's funny, yeah, bro. It's funny how we met. Like, bro, I thought it was the end of the world, and I was like, I can't go out like this.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Oh man, so it's crazy, man. Like literally, I'm just like I thought it was the end of the world, bro. Like they were saying like, they're shutting everything down. There's a disease coming out. I'm like, no, hey. So you telling me this is it? Like, you telling me this is it? I said, hey, I'm about to do everything I wanted to do, you know, and you know, I wanted to, you know, tell this girl, you know, that I had some feelings for her, you know, that I thought she was a very interesting person, you know, so I did, you know, on the last day of the world, you know. 5 months later, you know, we still kicking it, you know.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it's you know, it's working out.
What kind of relationship is it? Is it like a wild relationship? Y'all like chill at the house, watch movies? Are y'all like training together?
Okay. Well, you know, to be honest with you, we met in the middle of quarantine. So, you know, almost everything was closed. So, you know what? We've become pros at picnicking. She's great at it, you know, and I'm getting great at it. But picnics, we have been like doing picnics everywhere. Like, we've just been, you know, enjoying the outdoors, like going on picnics, like, you know.
This is something that she introduced you to, the picnic thing.
Let me see.
I want to do a picnic.
Bro,
I'm going to do a picnic. We'll do it, babe. We're going to do us a picnic.
You should, bro. You should. Look, I'm going to tell you, here's what you got to do, right? 7 o'clock. Just go. 7 o'clock. Take you some food. Maybe she introduced me to, what's this thing called? A charcuterie? Is that what it's called?
I don't know. I never heard of it, man.
I think it's called a charcuterie. I think it's a cheese
hood. I just learned about hummus.
Bro, Doctor told me about this shit. Doctor told me about this shit. Yeah, bro.
Oh,
I think it's called a charcuterie. But like literally, bro, you can get your little charcuterie, you know. You could go out to the beach, grab some red wine if you want to, or some Red Stripes. You know, I know you're Jamaican.
Yeah, right. Red Stripe or Heineken.
Yeah. And just, man, you know, enjoy the sunset. Eat, you know, talk, like, listen to some music, boy. It's a good vibe. It's a good feeling, man. It's a good feeling, yeah.
Definitely thinking about doing that, man. Sure. What else you want to talk about, man? Anything else you got on your mind?
Man, to be honest with you, Damali, I want to address anyone and everyone to wake the hell up. You know what I'm saying? I want to tell you, man, that, you know, whatever is going on, it's temporary. You know, if you feeling sluggish, if you want to change something about yourself, the best way to do it is just to do it, you know? And I know it's a hard thing. I know it's a hard process, but find those people, find that community, surround yourself with those positive things, you know? Get rid of the old, you know, and get in the new, you know, not only physically but mentally and spiritually, you know? And that's it. That's all I want to say.
That's fucking awesome. But all I'm thinking about is a cheese toast right now, man.
Cheese toast.
This is horrible, man. Yeah, I know. I seen your grocery cart before, man. All berries and shit, man. Nuts and berries in this grocery cart.
Yeah.
I'm just like, damn, boy, what can I eat?
Bro, you know what I gotta do? I gotta introduce you to date time.
That's what you like. That's like that's a big thing right there, man. Like the health and the eating and whatnot. That's what most people can't do. That's my problem right there. Like I run, you know, I stay in physically good shape. I can go out there and throw the little, you know, 185 up and bench it. I can go back there and bang it out. But as far as like my eating habits, they're horrible, man. Like and I do good. I can do good for like most of a day, but that night, it's over with, man. Like, man, cereal, bake a cake. Eat these ribs.
Ain't that funny? Though? Ain't that funny? Like at the nighttime, man, is when we're so much like when we're almost like, the weekend. Yeah, man, we come out strong. Like, yeah, man. Yeah.
I haven't eaten anything today yet.
No,
man. No.
Yeah, see, that's
good.
Yeah, true.
Like that.
I had a protein shake. To be honest with you, Damali, that's like eating. Like I did not know like. Up until recently, you know, I started this whole plant-based diet. You know, me and my girlfriend, we started this plant-based diet. You know, I barely ever eat any meat anymore. I do have times where I slip. She's been on it, like, loyal 100%. I've slipped a couple times, but...
How do you feel with that, man?
I feel great, bro. I feel great. You know, like, honestly, everything else is a silent killer, man. Like, everything else is a silent killer. Like eating junk food... Man, that's a silent killer. Like, Dr. Pepper is not no doctor, bro. No. Like, straight up.
I can say this. I have only drank water for about a good month. I've drank coffee, too.
Yeah.
But water, I've only drank water for probably about a good month and a half now, man. Like, I ain't drink, no. Yeah. I used to drink a lot of Gatorade, and, you know, I don't drink nothing else but water. That's it, man.
Yeah. See, me too. But I do gotta get with the Gatorade sometimes just to quench my thirst. But man, like if I do, like I'll take a water. I'll put a little bit of water with the Gatorade, you know, and just mix it up. Keep it
like diluted a little bit.
Yeah. It's good thirst quenching fuel, you know. But yeah, man, that food and that nutrition, like it's gotta become instinctual with like progression, you know. Like man, like if you're going somewhere forward. You gotta know that what you put in your body is like slowing you down. Yeah, you know? You gotta know that. Like,
Ryan Barnett, he got me thinking on that for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Man. It's a sign.
That being said, like, what should I eat for breakfast? Because I haven't got my cheese toast yet, so I still.
Yeah. All right. We're talking about breakfast, huh? Man, here's what you need. All right, so let's talk about it because this needs to be a part of basic education, like what you should be eating and how you should be eating it. So let's talk about first. So let's talk about greens. You know, you need greens or fibers. Let's talk about fibers. Either you're gonna get it in the morning from your fruits or your veggies. You know, so fibers. Okay, fruits or veggies. Proteins. You know, if you still eat the meat, then do it lean. You know, do it lean. Do turkey. Do egg whites. You can even do eggs. Now, I still even eat eggs. I've been doing plant-based, but not like vegan. So I do eggs too, you know, for the protein. Or you could drink a protein shake, you know. So you got your fibers, you got your protein. Let's talk about your fats. You know, you could do. You want something like polyunsaturated, monounsaturated, something that's not gonna like clog the arteries, you know. So what are good fats? Good fats come from avocados. Avocados are great fats. So what do we got for breakfast so far? Let's say You like spinach?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got spinach, right? We got spinach. You like eggs or egg whites?
Eggs.
Eggs. Oh, so eggs. We got eggs. Okay, we're talking about fat. So avocado. You said you like avocado. Huh?
Nah, I don't.
No, you don't like avocado.
I mean, I can.
That's okay. We could. There's more. There's plenty other like things you could eat that are healthy options. You know, like what's another good source of fat? You could do a spread. You know, just as long as it's healthy. You know, a healthy spread. Yeah, healthy spread, or even like coconut oil. You know, that's a good fat. You know, something that's not gonna clog your arteries. You know, so we got our. I'm sorry. So really fast, we have our protein, we have our fiber, we have our fat. You need to drink that water, and you need grains. So like toast. So look at that, eggs. Eggs, toast. Spread your butter on the toast for the fat, but make sure again it's good fats. You know, it's polyunsaturated, monounsaturated, something like that. And your spinach, you know, spinach or maybe your orange, you know, and at least 8 ounces of water. Bam, there you go.
Have it. Breakfast with Rashard, man.
Yeah.
There you have it, man. And it's like I'm still going to get my cheese toast.
That's all right, bro. That's all right, man.
I'm gonna fight the coffee. If I don't do the coffee today, I've done something well. But even that, I'm gonna be weak when I get there and be like,
that's all right.
Give me a grande.
I've seen you in there yesterday, bro. They know you, huh?
Oh yeah,
they
man. Like,
you, huh?
hey D.
Yeah,
man. My wife goes there. They're like, you getting your husband's coffee?
Yeah.
She's like, nope. She's cheating on me.
Ooh,
it's
man.
rough, boy.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you get married. It's like if somebody goes without the other Starbucks, that's cheating.
For real?
Oh yeah, you can't do that without me.
Yeah, man.
How could you?
Yeah. That's right down the street.
I'm appalled. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank our special guest of the day, Rashard Harper.
Thank you for having me.
What else you got going on? Anything coming up?
Yeah, I do actually. I'm starting a program, RH Elite, for all you trainers out there, all you black belts, all you master trainers, all you competitors, anyone that needs an extra push but just haven't been getting it at your gym. If you're a teacher and you're tired of teaching, you wanna be taught. Come see me. I'm doing MMA, I'm doing Muay Thai, I'm doing things that are introduced to the community that they're not really introducing anywhere else.
Awesome. And you have it. You can find him at Rashard Harper on Facebook or on Instagram at Set You Free.
Oh, gee.
My homeboy, Rashard Harper. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you.
We out.
All right.